Wow.
Jake Paul, I mean, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing.
Mm.
But once he,
Oh, Jake Paul, I mean, right now, what he's doing is fantastic for what he's doing. But once he fights a genuine boxer, Jake Paul is supposedly practicing with Floyd Mayweather for his impending fight against Mike Tyson under Mayweather's supervision. Jake Paul's training plan is set to undergo a major alteration. Mayweather's attention on technical precision, defensive techniques, and conditioning will most certainly shape Paul's training. The training camp, said to be hosted at Mayweather's elite gym, promises to push Paul to new boundaries and fine tune his talents. August, I'm back, sweetheart. Mayweather's defensive expertise will be especially advantageous for Paul, who is known for his aggressive fighting style. By adding Mayweather's defensive techniques and strategic approach, Paul seeks to gain a more comprehensive skill set. The ability to escape Tyson's devastating blows and exploit openings will be crucial in the upcoming fight. Mayweather's coaching is likely to focus heavily on mental preparation, in addition to physical conditioning. Mayweather, who has navigated numerous high stakes fights throughout his career, understands the psychological challenges of the sport. His insights into maintaining composure, dealing with pressure, and executing a game plan will be invaluable for Paul as he prepares to face a seasoned and formidable opponent like Mike Tyson. Let's get it. We've had 4 months to prepare. Paul is preparing for what could be his most challenging battle yet against the 58-year-old Tyson. The real question is how much Tyson has left at his advanced age as the two prepare to battle. Paul received a warning from famous wrestler Ric Flair on Wednesday in a photo he published with Tyson. Jake Paul, watch out, in addition to working with Iron Mike's own cannabis business. Tyson 2.0 Flair advertised his own brand of cannabis goods. Ric Flair drip, they were seen with Adam Wills, who was involved in the beginning of both brands. In the photo, Tyson seemed to be in a different realm, while Flair maintained his signature cool demeanor with his trademark shades and slick back hair. We gladly shell out to see Nature Boy make a cameo in the Tyson versus Paul match this November. Meanwhile, during his podcast conversation with Paul, Mike Perry was asked for his prediction on the Tyson fight without hesitation. Victorious Perry stated that he believed Jake would win a bout against Mike Tyson, citing Jake's youth and the success of his team's tactics. Perry claimed that he couldn't find a method to outmaneuver Jake, couldn't make him fatigue, and couldn't pin him on the ropes for a flurry of punches given Tyson's age of 58. Perry believed Jake had a considerable advantage and was likely to win. Who do you think will win, me or Mike Tyson? I think you do. I think you're younger. I think you're doing the right things as far as what your team has you doing. It worked, and my little weird stuff. Wasn't able to, I wasn't able to add it up on you. I wasn't able to have you punch yourself out. I wasn't able to get you on the ROP so where I could release Pia Flurry and at 58, I mean at his age, it's just something I'm thinking about where I think you get that, yeah, agreed. But I saw Paul stated that what people do not see is him overcoming top 5 ranked fighters and former champions in the gym. He also added that there are plans to release sparring film and a documentary depicting the entire process. Despite his achievements, he felt that people still didn't respect him and believed that no matter what he did, there would always be criticism. Top 5 ranked guys in the gym beating former world champions in the gym. And eventually we're going to release all the sparring footage, and there's going to be a crazy documentary showing the whole process. But people just don't respect me, and I'm not like touted as a prospect. But if people actually gave me credit for my skills, Mike Tyson, many boxing enthusiasts, and pros voiced doubt that the enormous age gap between them was a serious problem aside from Tyson's historic history in the sport. But the fight was postponed when the 58-year-old experienced a flare-up of an ulcer in his place. Former UFC fighter and bare-knuckle expert Platinum's Mike Perry was brought in, but he struggled against Jake, the YouTuber-turned-boxer, who not only earned a technical knockout victory over the former UFC star, but also knocked him down 3 times. Jake demonstrated his worth in the ring and quickly put to rest any concerns that the fight might have been manipulated. Now, the social media celebrity has revealed that he and Platinum Mike has consented to a rematch. Last night, I had a great conversation with Mike Perry, who has more confidence than most of these fighters. We decided to run it in PFL when the time is appropriate. Jake tweeted on July 25th. The former YouTuber, who is now a fighter, was also questioned about the potential of quitting the boxing ring and competing for the bare knuckle fighting championship. If I'm moving out of boxing, it's going to be PFL. After that, we can do filthy boxing. He added. Jake signed a multi-year contract with the PFL in the middle of 2023, but due to his boxing duties, his debut has been delayed. The PFL CEO, Peter Murray, supports Jake's attempts to make fighter offers for his debut, and they continue to aspire for a timely appearance. The YouTuber turned boxer Jake may adjust his focus following his showdown with Mike Tyson in mid-November. Paul's sixth-round knockout of Mike Perry may have opened the door for his highly awaited showdown with boxing legend Mike Tyson, but it's Tyron Woodley's support that's fueling as the November clash approaches. Woodley's thoughts and backing have added a fascinating new layer to this already controversial battle. Woodley stated, "I'm a fan of the fight. Mike Tyson is 60, but he still strikes fear into hearts as he did back in the day." Woodley, the former UFC welterweight champion with more ring time against Paul than anybody else, sees this bout as a valuable investment. He sees it as a true test of talent, strategy, and raw power, going beyond the fundamental narrative of youth versus age, reflecting on Paul's recent victory over Perry. Woodley noticed that Perry's plan mimicked Tyson's legendary peekaboo defense, aimed to narrow the distance with larger opponents. But Perry's execution fell short, resulting in his defeat. Woodley explained Perry didn't slip and step inside, he was struck with jabs and had no counter. Tyson's instructors devised that method, which he refined. Even at his age, he has muscle memory. Customado. Tyson's renowned instructor created a fighting style as unusual as Tyson himself, using Tyson's diminutive size. The approach involved slipping punches and unleashing explosive hooks, a plan honed through numerous repetitions. Woodley warned that if Tyson can channel his previous wrath and unload with the same power, Paul might be in big jeopardy. A flashback to Tyson's glory days, and it is lights out for Jake. The critics have a solid argument. 58-year-old Tyson isn't the same boxer who used to knock opponents out decades ago, but Woodley regards the contest as intriguingly balanced, pitting Paul's youth and chutzpah against Tyson's experience and pure force. Woodley stated that Tyson's age is why Paul has a chance, but betting against Tyson even now is hazardous. He's still the most feared combat athlete ever. Woodley expects that Tyson's natural intimidation factor, combined with his refined skills, might sway the outcome. He thinks Tyson has the capability to knock Paul out, but Woodley also suggests strategy for Paul to jab high, jab low, and keep moving to stay out of Tyson's dangerous reach. Woodley agreed that Jake can stick to a disciplined game plan. Tyson has several chances to overcome Paul, and underestimating him would be a major error, especially after his recent 10th victory. Jake Paul has likely silenced many of his critics since the beginning of his boxing career. Questions about the quality of his opponents have persisted, concerns about Mike Perry's boxing experience and the size disparity still exist, but it's undeniable that the problem child has become a major draw over time. Yeah, man.